What does C do?
Flips everything?
Oh, yeah. What do I have settings wise? Size 10 pixel. So on this brush I have currently, it's size 10 pixels, opacity 100, hardness 80%, spacing 15%. Pressure set to size and opacity. So I don't know if you want to try and just do it up manually.
Because the hard facts our fans log into here.
Hello, I'm a disappointment, and this is Apgamingreal. Been 2 weeks since our last episode, but welcome to episode 16. A few things I need to cover before we get started here. Tonight we're using Drawpile, which I need to say Connor recommended that we used initially, and I said, I don't know what this witchcraft is. Let's keep it simple. Tonight, the only people drawpiling are Mick and Connor because nobody else knows how to connect, and so that thing I said about witchcraft initially was 100% true.
Hey. I mean, if we were prepared a little bit,
Well, I'm sorry that only Mick could go through the incantations in order to connect to you and still be able to draw.
IP address and password. So
I assume that Mick probably sacrificed a pet in order to get this done. So.
I mean, that's way in character. So. Is it really a sacrifice or just sort of like
my Tuesday
on the way?
Well, I read Rovers today. My intention was to read it on vacation, but I slept all vacation and I didn't read any of the books that I intended to. I made 95% of the way through one book.
I think sleeping on vacation is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah. So I got to meet Gabble Gabble, or whatever his name is. He is, a shitty wizard.
He really is.
He goes right up there with Dredalion from Sam Sykes' series. Where he's like
unfamiliar with most of those words.
Oh my god. Look, here's how Dredalion goes. He accidentally sets fire to a house full of people. And afterwards the party cleric is like, that was wrong, everything you did was bad, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so absolutely sorry, next time I will do better. And everyone's like, this is a heartwarming moment, and he's like, next time I will control my flame more perfectly. My arcane power will be wrested from the grasp of the cosmos, and I will correctly burn only the targets I wish. And the party cleric is like slamming him against the wall and slapping him in the face, and she's like, you're a child, and you can't play with fire like that. And he's like, but I am fire. Gabble Gabble ends up in the same, category as Dredalion. He's not a magic disabuser. I guess he's like a time wizard. His only significant power is dispel magic and, reverse ale age.
Yeah.
Not very significant.
I mean, if he ever does anything useful for the group, then I've gone wrong in the storytelling somewhere.
All right. So the next announcement is an announcement of an announcement, and that announcement that I need to announce is that in 2 weeks we lose Mccomicker and we gain Cottontailed. In the process, we'll be starting to play a game of Stars Without Numbers based very lightly on Outlaw Star. Very lightly. And then Mick will leave us for the summer, and then when he returns, we'll lose Cotton, we'll gain Mick, and we'll come back to playing this game. But if you're only here for the D&D for some reason, if you watch this art-based show and you're only here for the D&D, it could happen. Then we will see you again in like 3 to 4 months.
I mean, they're looking to us for tips on how to play, right?
Don't do that. Don't do that at all.
So in other words, on my Discord, I posted my channel roadmap. I don't know that I've really done one of these in text form before, but I decided to just go ahead and do it because I have so many shows that their ongoing status has been questioned many times. The new shows coming out, questions. There's so many questions, I just decided to answer them all at once. All day, I had to answer questions about those questions. it has been a nightmare. I've talked to so many people. I'm starting a Game of Thrones show, and the last spot is open for recruitment. I've talked to so many people about that. I am pretty much 100% out of it at this point. I don't think I can talk to any more people today. I found a dark corner and I read some Mick comics for a while. I want to say, by the way, I like how your party is color-coded and that the person who's a goblin is not green. It's like someone vomited ink over the party, a rainbow, and they're all different colors.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Now, I understand that you didn't actually color it. But...
Oh, absolutely not. No. Then it would look just like everyone was the color of warm turds.
I mean, is there a difference in color between warm and cold turds?
Yeah, I'd say like cold turds like kind of shade down into like a darker, richer, chocolatey brown almost, whereas warm turds are kind of like
I think you might be confusing warm and cold colors with physical temperature states, but I don't know where to go from there.
I don't know, man. I guess you just haven't spent enough time with turds to tell the difference.
All right. Well, the final thing I have to announce is I have a Warhammer 40k show, and eventually it'll launch. There's a lot of artists here, and I want to mention that I need some character art and overlay art for that show.
Down.
You're down, Bearded?
Let's do it.
Let me write this down in my notes section here.
I am down.
Bearded is down. Look, if there's one thing that people expect from me, it's taking all of those Patreon dollars.
Yeah, I still gotta set that.
I had somebody question once. They were like, "Arthur, what do you do with all this money?" I'm like, "Me? I don't do anything with it, man. Fucking, that shit would stay in my wallet for 10 seconds. These artists suck the money out of me like vampires. It's amazing.
So greedy.
I get endless art with it. Endless art. Look, artists aren't greedy, man. They want to be paid for their work.
Just give it up.
I don't have to. I'm not having this conversation defending artists from this point of view. Don't even
know better, Connor. You just ran a Kickstarter.
I mean, whenever I look at For Exposure the Twitter channel, I'm always in favor of the person that seems to be the real jerk. I think they're all misaligned. They're misunderstood people. Those folks.
What? You've played characters who are huge jerks that aren't misunderstood. They're understood perfectly.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, I mean, I like that dichotomy, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. The last thing I have to say, which is not an announcement, is that tomorrow I'll be reading White Ash, Volume 1.
Oh, that is a good book.
Is it?
Oh, it is.
You're the only person I've heard that has a review about it.
Well, I would say
I would recommend White Ash as well.
All right. I'm just really worried because I've seen Connor write a backstory before.
Luckily.
Well, half asleep on the couch.
Yeah, but Charlie does the writing, so it's actually...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right. Saying, half asleep on the couch. Not an evaluation.
Look, Connor, I need to get every ounce of comedy out of that document that I can. Just so you know, no one's ever going to see that thing. I'm just going to keep referencing it forever.
You know what? Maybe I'll rewrite it, and then we'll put it online, and it's going to be just beautiful Shakespearean English.
But they'll know. They'll know that that's not what it originally was.
And put it on the internet.
Yeah.
All right. Mick, I want to talk to you. How's it going? What do you got going on?
Oh, I don't have much going on, AP. I'm working on a comic. It's out there in the wild for people to love and enjoy. And let me say that I feel it is my best work to date, it was made infinitely better by the wonderful, beautiful, rich, vibrant, deep colors provided by Joe Bartlett, who you can find on Instagram at Joe Bartlett 33. And he is well worth a look and a follow.
Okay. That sounds very specific. You said Joe Bartlett 33 on Instagram?
Joe Bartlett. Oh, wait.
You're not sure now.
Yeah, it's 2 T's at the end.
Okay.
That looks like an H. It's supposed to be a T. 2 T's. 33. That should be him.
There's a chat window. I'm not sure how clear it is on stream. Oh, no, you guys can't see it. Okay.
Nope.
That guy.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, some artists should be paid well. Some artists.
So, Mick, when you're not looking up Instagram accounts, what else have you been doing over the last 2 weeks?
Well, with the school year winding down, doing a lot of events for Eevee. In fact, we just got back earlier today from a trip to North Carolina, where Eevee was presented with a medal for scoring 34 on the reading comprehension portion of an ACT, and gets to participate in the Duke program.
Awesome.
I mean, that number is good.
I got that as 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Duke program. I mean, they've been doing that for like 40 or 50 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. She is pretty excited about it.
I hope that she does not waste this opportunity like I did.
Well, we had to fight to keep her from going from a program this year because she'd already committed to a couple of things.
Okay.
But next year, she's definitely gone.
Excellent.
I did get it right. It is Joel Bartlett.
But don't waste the opportunity is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, because I absolutely would waste this opportunity in a heartbeat.
Now, I'm looking over this Rover's PDF right here, and, you know, in the bottom right-hand corner of the last page, I'm seeing a lot of familiar names. robSHEPart, a.k.a. Planet Chaos, Charlie Stickney. Who is this Apgamingreal? I mean, what kind of moron doesn't provide his real name and just capital? The only person who has a name that's all caps.
You know what? Isn't that your real name? Like, that is the name you're known by, isn't it? That's
Most people just call me Arthur.
His suffix is real.
I mean, that's the name I was given in the survey, so that is the
That's
name.
true. You did ask me what name to put in there. I put that in. That's true.
Yeah.
Whoa! How are you going to call Order of the Stick shoddy work? T-roll. Man. No. Everything you just said about that statement is wrong. Order of the Stick is amazing. The writing is fantastic. Its D&D aesthetic is wonderful. It's aged well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up because I've got no
You guys don't know what Order of the Stick is?
No.
Oh man. Holy shit.
Okay, yes.
You are in for a long ride, motherfuckers. Oh my god. The fucking storyline is amazing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That has a lot of history, right? Because those were the clips that were in the old Dragon magazines.
Yeah. It's
and he
so,
put together.
Oh, it's so good.
I saw his Kickstarter. He made insane amount of money.
Yeah. He fucking puts in the work, man.
Yeah. Of all time, biggest Kickstarter of all time.
Look, it's
Holy
so
crap.
meta. Sometimes the characters are like, oh, I could tell something's coming up. We have non-traditional panel layout on this page. All right, you got anything else going on, Mick, when you're not looking up Order of the Stick? By the way, if you fucking start reading Order of the Stick, we're gonna have to talk for literally forever. I'm just gonna be like, did you get to this part yet? Did you get to this part yet? Oh, this guy's so good. He's literally the best villain. He's the evil red general. Oh my god. Fucking knows everything that's happening.
Yeah, nothing else. Nothing else going on over here.
Okay. I mean, as is tradition, I will allow you to choose the next...
And for my next victim, I will select the one, the only robSHEPart. Rob? I forget what he calls himself these days because it changes so often.
It doesn't change that often, but my only real announcement is I'm in the transition of changing. So you used to know me as Planet Chaos Art, but now it's going to be robSHEPart. That'll be the last change I make. I chose that because I could pick that. I could use that moniker across all social media. Plus, I bought the domain and I'm going to create a new website. So that's it. You guys will get used to it. A little confusing in the beginning because I still have people call me Planet Chaos, of course. But I'm excited about the change. Other than that, I've been pretty busy outside of drawing this past week, doing a lot of different stuff. But I just started twitching again last night and was inking and coloring a mind flare. So that's it. That's what I've been doing. The game art starts next week. Remember that game I mentioned a long time ago?
Oh,
wasn't that long ago?
Actually gonna start now?
Yeah. So I've got the first shot list, and I'll be starting the art. As soon as I finish the last two monster drawings on Twitch. So any day. I'll pass it over to Ricardo.
What's up, guys? I've been doing a little bit of art, and then the rest of the time I've been working on moving into a new place, which we're doing just a little bit of construction to get ready for everything. So pretty tired, but I'm gonna try to stay at work today. But yeah, if you want to find me,
quiet.
I can put my mic down.
I don't know.
If you want to find me at the social medias, it's beardedjalapno on all the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I should be going full swing back into Twitch next month once we get all the stuff move over and we get moved in. So I look forward to that. But otherwise, I'm here every Tuesday night with Apgamingreal.
That's true. I mean, I'm not here every night, but
every Tuesday night.
You're present, though. You're present. You may not be here, but you're present.
Yep.
I don't know. Last Tuesday, I was fucking like, oh man, no stream all week. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep so much. I'm sleeping right now.
That's pretty much me.
Did you actually sleep though? Because yeah. Okay.
First day on the ship, I slept 16 hours.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yep.
Wow.
Is it that much easier to sleep on the ship than it is at home?
It's not having to go to sleep at 2 a.m. and then wake up at 7:30. That's fucking killing me.
Yeah. Yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Gotta do it.
Well, I'm looking forward to you getting back to streaming because I think I eventually followed you at some point. It happened on Twitch. You didn't discuss this fucking bearded.
What
Bearded, this art that you just made for your D&D group that just wrapped up.
Yeah. 4 years of campaigning. So finally getting all the characters together. I'm doing a lot of the side characters and whatnot. It's a big thing. But yeah, it was fun.
That you didn't mention at all?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like
You seem pretty low energy right now.
Yeah, I took a lot of like cough medicine and all that
Drugs.
Are you robo tripping right now? Man, it's gonna get fucking wild when I describe all the demon monsters yesterday.
Yeah.
Crawling from out of your stomach, through your throat. You just start barfing them up.
Yeah, I'm doing like a shot of just like a really, really long shot of all like the main characters, and then the side characters are gonna go onto the side and just taper off. And then I'll just do a simple background.
Never end up being a side character. Like, if you are a side character, you got to recognize you need to work your way up to the main cast. Like Hal, he failed. He failed. He got not only did he get stuck in the side character zone, he got sent away.
He's a permanent babysitter now.
No. If I ever draw them, he'll be in there.
I have to say, Hal was one of my favorites to draw. Hal and little dragon girl whose name I can remember.
Cinzia,
yeah. I love her so much. I don't remember her name.
I also enjoy her as well, but mostly as an outlet for the fucking dragon costume. That's like 99% of her character right there.
Pretty much.
Yeah, she's a sorcerer and you guys gave her cool gifts and helped train her and taught her how to kill, but mostly it's about the fact that she wears dragon pajamas. Oh my god, the knife ball became a main character. That's true. When an object becomes the main character of the campaign. Connor,
Yes.
I knew we'd have to get to you eventually.
I mean, does anyone really want to hear anything about me? Probably not.
Hey, have you done a Kickstarter recently? I'm not tired of hearing about that yet.
Exactly. Like, just endlessly.
Have anything else to sell out about?
I remember when Connor was like, "Oh man, can I even talk about this Kickstarter, Arthur? I don't want to like."
I
And
don't
I'm
want
like,
to
"What do you?"
name drop myself all day.
I mean, you know, it's a bad thing. You know, people don't like that too much. But yeah, I mean, last week I was pretty sick, so I actually didn't stream at all. So that kind of sucked. But back in gear here, I did watch some cool movies. Watched Dune. Hopefully, an inspiration.
Which
for
Dune? Whoa, which Dune are we talking about?
the
David Lynch one?
yeah.
Yeah, but which version of the David?
Okay, so I got the version where it was the one where it's a fan edit. It's like the final fan edit.
Whoa, spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Yeah, I suppose. The original with Sting. Was Sting in? Yeah, Sting was in there.
Sting was in that one.
Yeah, I can give you the name of that fan edit. It's like,
I just watched the newest How to Train Your Dragon today, and it was amazing.
Oh, the third one? Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
I love the first one. I never watched any others.
They're literally all good.
Yeah.
The second one I thought was a good improvement. I'm excited about the third one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cutting back to Dune. I don't know about which version of Dune it is, but the one with Fat Baron Harkonnen in like his floaty chair being like, "We shall control the planet." That's my favorite version.
Yeah, that's the one I watched. Yeah,
That's
that
the
one was
David Lynch version.
I'm
Awesome.
super pumped about the Dillis Villeneuve version of it because that man makes amazing movies and his cast is fantastic.
I don't know. I mean, look, man.
I mean,
As far as it comes to remakes, right? Like, I'm about to fucking watch Aladdin. They're saying they got Will Smith on the soundtrack, and there is not a single rap on the soundtrack, which makes me wonder why the fuck did you get Will Smith?
Yeah.
What's the point? He's not as funny as Robin Williams. He's not rapping. Why is he here?
I can say that the Disney remakes, I've got zero interest in watching any of those.
Really?
Same.
The Beauty and the Beast one was pretty good.
It was just like an animated, like...
Yeah, it was a non-animated Beauty and the... It was exactly what you expected.
Like anything...
It added a new song.
Was
Shazam
animated.
was exactly what I expected.
Kind of animation. And anytime you don't cast Angela Lansbury, it's a crime against humanity.
As what?
As Mrs. Potts. She was
Okay.
perfect in the original. You know
All
what?
right.
Recapture that magic.
You want to talk about recapturing magic, my friend. How are you going to have Bond movies without M? Right? Judi Dench. How do you do that?
You can't. You replace her with Ralph Fiennes.
You can't replace Judi Dench. She's literally a knight, okay?
time to get the CG lads in here, you know?
See, yeah.
Get those guys that did Superman's mustache to do that.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the what's his face as the Witcher.
Great.
A little bit too thick. I think Witcher needs to be a little bit thinner.
He
shall
is
see.
tonight, is he?
But yeah, the Doom was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed that. It took a while to-
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the one I watched, the fan.
Oh
edit.
yeah, this new one, I'm not so sure. I mean, the thing about Dune is it's fucking wild,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild.
right? At some point, eventually, they're like, yes, Bene Gesserits can use their mind psychology magic in order to convince people to be seduced by them. But this guy who's a clone of a clone also has that magic, and then someone used the magic on him and he used it back, and then they secretly got stuck seducing each other in a seduction loop. And I'm like, oh god, this Wikipedia entry is breaking my brain.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know who Duncan Idaho was.
The books got real weird, man. The books got real weird.
I mean, the book started real weird, It's about a dude from off-world coming out and being like, I am a mouse. I'm also Jesus. And I am here to just drink everybody's blood and turn us into like a stormtrooper army and overthrow the entire empire. And they're like, that's cool. I guess we accept you for no reason.
Sounds
All
good.
right, we're good. Apparently our entire religion is based off the Bene Gesserits who control everything.
I've not read any of the kid stuff. Brian, he wrote it with Brian Anderson, maybe? Like the House Atreides, like all the extra stuff. I've only read the original 6, of which the second 5.
The Dune game was pretty all right.
The board game, the Avalon Hill game?
No, the video game.
They
had full FMV bullshit going on, and
like the Red Alert series. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like Red Alert.
Yeah, that series is pretty good. I like that one.
All right, we got anything else to cover before we get back to this? Dragons and dungeons. I mean, you guys have barely even been in any dungeons. You've been in like 1 dungeon, 2 dungeons technically. You have yet to see 1 dragon.
We're still running from potential giants.
We've seen a little make-believe dress-up dragon. I feel like that counts.
I mean, she's dragon-blooded, so I
feel
guess
like traveling with Mortrick is a dungeon in itself.
I mean, the real dungeon and the real dragon are the friends we made along the way. So obviously not Mortrick, because he's not our friend.
Yeah, I would say. He feels so left out.
I would feed him to the bear chasing the party in order to save the rest of the party. I might just feed him to the bear just for no apparent reason.
Do you need a reason?
I mean, maybe the bear is hungry. You don't know.
Yeah. Bear's got to live too. Bear's got to eat, man.
Maybe you killed its cub and it's trying to eat you.
Speaking of bears, I want to tell you all of one very interesting fact I found out on the cruise. Did you know that pandas are actually fucking carnivorous super bears that got so lazy they forgot how to eat anything but bamboo and need to consume like 50 pounds of bamboo a day to live because their bodies are made to eat small animals?
I did know that, but I also knew that there's some question as whether
they're literally
cats.
Bears that are so dumb they forgot how to live and have to eat trees to survive.
But there's a question as whether they're cats or not, too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's some disagreement whether they're bears or whether they're cats.
Well, let me tell you something. I would much rather they were cats because, for me, cats are stupid and bears are awesome. And pandas are definitely stupid.
But what about cabots?
Stupid awesome.
Look, cabots don't exist. And second off, I invented cabots, so they are awesome. And third off, cabots are only like 30% cat.
Okay, so they're mostly
They're
rabbit.
50% rabbit, 20% dog, 30% cat.
Oh, I didn't hear about the dog.
It's right there. It says they are cat, dog, rabbit hybrids.
I must have glossed
You skipped over the dog part because cabot doesn't have the word dog anywhere in it.
It did probably, yeah. I can't wait to draw a character with one of those.
You say bamboo isn't a tree and that it's grass, but you can't climb other types of grass. It's definitely tree-like. You're probably right, genealogically. However, if the grass in my backyard required a fucking machete in order to chop down, or a panda's 1,000-pound crushing grip in order to cut down, I would move. I would move very far away, or I would buy one of the Elon Musk flamethrowers.
You haven't seen the kind of grass I got in my backyard.
I mean, it's probably just kudzu, right?
I don't know.
Oh man, I'm about to have no grass in my backyard. I won't have to mow this year at all. It's gonna be great.
What?
Because it's all gonna drown. It's rained nonstop for like a month at this point.
You're gonna asphalt it and create a car park, I bet.
Pretty much.
Build a car park.
All right. I also made a primer. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description section, and I threw it there for everybody that's watching live. It'll just, fill you in on the background of the world and current events. Connor was asking for something like that, and he was jealous the other group had one. He cried unendingly. His salty ass, dude. I can't do it. I promised myself I would stop telling incredibly outrageous lies, and I really have to do that.
I did bawl my eyes out yesterday. It was the first time I dropped off my daughter at daycare, and
man, that's so drunk.
It was hard. It was.
Look
hard.
at these dads. Look at these dads here.
You're all like, am I ever going to see her again? All these other kids go home. What's going to happen to mine? What if this is a terrible decision? Is she going to remember me? What if she?
Honestly, there's no good reason.
What?
To do that. There's like no logical reason, but I was devastated.
Yeah,
it was awful. It was embarrassing. They were like, you gonna be okay?
Don't screw her up.
I'm so sorry. I love you.
I mean, it doesn't help that I have my wife has horror stories from daycares, but
yeah.
I'm sure this place is fine.
Yeah, I mean, it is, except she's being trained to be a sociopath while you're not there. So.
It's not the daycare workers I'm afraid of. It's the other babies.
Yeah.
I know what kind of influence they might be.
One of the days I picked Evie up from daycare, there's this kid named Riddick there, and he's something off the top shelf, and like it's 3 foot high shelf. Like even at his age, he probably could have like reached up there and like fished it off with his fingertips until it fell off, but like he couldn't figure out how to get it. So the solution he settled on was like, I'm just going to run at the cabinet real hard and hit it with his body. And he just did it again and again and again.
Oh, God, my sister did that and hurt herself really badly as a kid. Like, cut her forehead open. I don't know why you're laughing at that. You're a dad now, okay? You can't laugh at that kind of stuff.
Well, she's not dead, is she?
Oh, my God.
As long as they're not all dead.
Wow, that's the most. You have a phone, don't you? Mick could definitely work for Blizzard marketing. All right, does anyone remember what happened the last time we did this show?
No idea.
Wow.
I don't even know what we're playing. This is Stars Without Numbers, right? I'm super excited about that one. I love sci-fi.
Unfortunately, we decided to do Stars Without Numbers without you.
Can I guest on that? You know, like once or twice over the summer, maybe.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
You know, it's a conversation.
Wait, didn't we vote no on that while he was?
It's like when your parents tell you that you're gonna go to the movies, and they're like, "Yeah, we might go," and you're like, "Oh, that means we're not going."
Yeah, maybe.
Mick, you can join. We're playing on Thursday nights.
Perfect. I'll be ready.
Look, Mick, I'm just saying, if you were coming back, why wouldn't we just play D&D? But of course, if you want a guest for 1 or 2 nights on Stars Without Numbers, we can definitely have you play the villain for that night.
I'll be a perfect.
We can have Bearded dramatically kill you at the end of the episode.
I mean, I've pretty much done it on every other game we've done, so.
If only this was really Mortrick.
It's gonna be really cathartic for everybody.
I feel like it's a great, therapy session for everybody.
It's really what we need to hold the group together.
There's a lot of drama on the internet right now about a certain D&D group that's on the verge of breaking up. But they are very famous for all of their dungeons being the literal psyches and fears and backstories of their characters in physical form. And then they overcome the dungeon, and by the end of the episode, they're all crying on camera together. And I feel like this group couldn't handle that. We're going to do it with Connor, though. At some point, we're going to have him overcome his past traumas.
Yep.
And while he cries, the rest of us will laugh. While Kazador is like, I've done it! I've finally overcome my shame! Weeping. Well, it's just like, fucking, what a loser.
Jesus, get over it.
I mean, does he really deserve to get over his shame?
I mean, shouldn't we all overcome the terrible decisions of our past eventually? I'm not saying that like we forget them or even forgive them, but at some point we need to move past and learn from them.
About personal growth, Connor.
Especially when it's entertainment for the rest of the party.
Yeah.
So previously on this episode, since no one appears to remember what happened, you all finished out your time at the Shrines of Laos. You were going to explore deeper, but the party split in two. Team Kazador and Rik-Jaxx encountered large footsteps that began shaking the area and shouting noises, and they decided now would be the time to return to the rest of the party. As they did, the rest of the party was like, chill it, there's somebody watching us. Unfortunately, the party did not chill it, and they found out they were being watched. The Watcher came out and introduced himself, and apparently knew of Rik-Jaxx's clan and his history. Introduced himself as I believe we called them Umbral Stalkers, the shadow guards who protect the tunnels to Blingdenstone. Instead of heading to Blingdenstone, you decided to turn back and go home. Along the way, you basically ran out of food and were scavenging for water as you desperately made it up to the top of the tunnels. There, you found out that your good friend, Captain Leandro Espresso... Did I get the order right this time? Nope, I got it reversed again. It's Espresso Leandro. Had in fact been found guilty, but was acquitted with the Wizard Lord Mardrovian stepping in on his behalf. Mardrovian had taken in Cinzia, the water dragon sorceress trainee, and in the process had gotten her father off the hook for all of the smuggling crimes that he's ever committed, which are a whole lot. In the process of hanging out with your new friend, well, I mean, friend would be with your new employer, Sarazan the Caravan Master, Kazador decided to ask about the Whiteknuckle clan, and it was revealed that Kazador is universally reviled by all dwarves.
Oh, yes.
In the process, he identified himself as Kazador Whiteknuckle and subsequently left the room while being shamed. Runa decided to go to the local, I want to call it army surplus. But she went to a magic item store, found a bag of holding for sale, several other magic items that might interest her, and immediately left. That's it. That's where we pick up. Is with Runa leaving the magic item store with the guy standing, holding a bag of holding, going, well, I'll see you when you return. Just remember, it's right here.
Yeah.
Imperial
I'll
surplus.
And I'll leave really quick, and I'll go to Kaz to try to get the bag of the whole, or what was it? Thorn blood.
You meet up with Kazador. He's standing outside of the Dwarven Enclave.
Has no time passed since the last thing, or like
several minutes?
Okay, so
I'm still eating dinner with the dwarf family that was ashamed of you.
I was going to study up on some Laos history.
Oh, where are you heading to learn more Laosian history?
I mean, the local library.
Okay. Do you know where that is?
I ask around.
Very well.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you make a investigation check real quick?
All right.
I want to see if you're able to find anybody, because you're asking. We've already established it's late in the evening. People are sitting down to have dinner. Who was what? No. Okay. You go out and you start asking random people in the street about where the library is, and people are just brushing you off. And one guy just like whistles, and a guard comes over from around a corner and is just like, "Sir, you're not from around here, are you?"
No, I'm not. Just passing through.
I see. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, I'm just looking to get some information about the Laos clan, sort of like your subterranean neighbors from long ago. So I thought maybe I might look up local library, see if there's anything about them.
We don't have libraries here.
Okay.
And even if we did, we would not allow outsiders in them. And even if they existed and we allowed the outsiders there, it's also late at night, sir.
Okay, I wasn't aware.
Everyone is coming off of work. They're looking for entertainment or food. Please stop bothering people in the streets.
Okay.
Is there someplace I can escort you back to?
What's a good inn around here?
Okay. So he's just like, so you don't have a place to stay then? Okay. So
Nope.
you get the idea. He's looking at you and he's coming to conclusions that maybe you don't want him to come to. So he like grips your upper arm with his arm. He's like, why don't you just come with me? We'll find a good place for you to stay tonight.
All right. I follow with him.
Okay. It becomes clear after a few minutes of weaving through the area. He starts walking you down a long street, and at the end of it is a jail.
What have I done? Why are you taking me here?
He's just like, we've got places for you to stay tonight. Maybe the local captain has questions for you.
I have money. I don't see why I couldn't stay at an inn.
You are acting suspiciously.
Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, I guess if that's the way of the land here, that's the way it is.
Okay. You say you have money, show it to me. So he stops. He's still got his hand on your upper left arm.
I mean, at this point, I'll just spend the night in jail. That's okay.
So he looks at you and he's like, okay, fine. You want to spend the night in jail? I can accommodate this. All right, come with me. He drags you along, and then he's, at the front door, right? Everybody's looking you up, and the guy at the front door is like, I'm going to need you to surrender those weapons and the armor.
Okay. I give them over.
You have to do your magical girl unchanging thing where you stand still and people pull your armor off of you. So the first man that you met leads you to a cell and locks you in, and he's just like, don't worry, you'll be safe here. I'll make sure to keep everybody else away. I just want you to have acceptable time while you are here in the Empire. But you are also a menace, so...
Still don't know why I'm a menace, but if that's the way of your land...
Don't worry. In a half an hour, I will bring you dinner. Then we will have Cleric come and speak to you in case you need spiritual counseling. Tomorrow morning, we will awake with prayer. And you will be free to go on your way, so long as you can provide me with some destination or employment.
Sure thing.
Otherwise, we will have more questions.
Sounds good.
Okay, all right. I'll be back later with your dinner and first set of questions.
Okay.
Okay, so you go looking for Kazador. You arrive back at Sarazan's place. I think it's just Rik-Jaxx waiting outside. Or Rik-Jaxx, what are you even doing? You left with Kazador, but then Kazador went wandering off.
So let's just say I'm there and I see Runa walking up outside. So yeah, I don't know where Kazador went. He went off on his own for some reason. I don't understand the guy.
Do you know in any direction he might have gone?
Yeah, he went off in that direction. I think he was trying to find a library because he said something about wanting to do some research about Laos or something like that. So, and it's been a little while. Maybe we should go search for him, go find him.
All right. Go search for him, I guess.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay.
Where's my character sheet?
Investigation.
Okay, you go wandering around, Runa, looking for Kazador. After several minutes, you wander around a corner, and you run into the same guard that Kazador did, and he's just like, I have heard that you have been bothering people in the local area looking for a dwarf. Would he happen to have been wearing full plate armor?
Yes, have you seen him?
Yes. And so he puts his hand on your left arm and says, I'm going to need you to come to me. I will lead you to him.
I'm going to need you to take your hand off my shoulder first.
So he says, no, you just need to come with me. It's fine.
I can do that much easier without your hand on me.
I would hate for you to get lost on the way.
Don't worry, if I get lost, I can find my own way.
No, I insist.
As do I.
So, I mean, he just starts trying to move away, not realizing that you're probably going to be much stronger than him. Do you go with him, or do you just, like, wait?
I go with him, just not with his arm on my shoulder.
Oh, well, I mean, he's not letting that arm go.
Okay, then I'll back away from him and start going somewhere else.
So he's like, oh, whoa, where are you going? Rik-Jaxx. In the background, you quietly listen to some conversation in Gnomish between two people that are just discussing, you know, the price of local goods. You see them gesturing towards what's happening with Runa right now, but in the other direction, you hear them pointing, right? And they're like, oh, she's gonna get dragged off to the same place, you know, that the drunken dwarf got dragged off to, that homeless, scruffy scraggle. So you got some choices here, right? Like, you could see Runa is clearly in some trouble right now, but you also know where Kaz is.
So where, how far am I from Runa right now?
Oh, I'd say like 20, 30 feet.
Okay,
You're also hidden from view, right? Because, you know,
I was going to say
stealthy.
I want to stay hidden.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to stay here and see how things go with Runa or not, because I'm going to back her up if she
All right,
needs it.
well, like, he tries to pull Runa along and she doesn't go anywhere, and he takes his hand off of her and, like, puts his hand on his sword hilt, and he's like, I'm going to need you to come with me now, and I am asking less friendly this time.
Can I cast Charm Person?
Oh, yes, you can.
What would be my crime?
So let's see here.
Apparently walking the street.
Charm Person is a charisma save, right?
I don't know, to be honest. Save. Wait, if I do spell info, that should tell me.
You know,
right?
I bet you that I could find this information really fast on D&D Beyond. I just haven't opened it in like 3.5 weeks.
D&D Beyond.
It's D&D.
It's a wisdom save.
It's a wisdom save. Very well. Well, here we go.
And they were roommates.
All right, so to actually cast it, I have to hit the button. Did I hit it?
So.
Oh, for me, okay. So did he save?
He did not. So, in order to cast the spell, it's verbal and somatic. So you lose your stealth in the corner, right? Like, people clearly see you, like, waving your hand and speaking words of power. Okay. But this guy talking to Runa, like, slows down while talking. He's like, your crime is resisting, and then he, like, looks around as if he's confused for a moment.
All right, so I'll step out and I'll go, hello, friend. What's your name?
Oh, yeah, hey, I know you. Yes, my name is Derrit. But you knew that already, right?
Well, I know it now, so thank you for that.
You.
I know. We're
from that time, you know?
Yeah. You know, we would like to go, we would like you to take us to our dwarf friend, because we need to retrieve him.
Okay. All right. Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Momento. Persuasion at advantage.
Thank God it was advantage.
Okay. Good thing you did that at advantage, because that first one was a natural 1. The second is 11. So he looks at you and he's like, okay. I mean, it's a little unusual, but we're close, so I'll take you to him. But
we're all friends here, yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that you knew him. I mean, he wouldn't give me his name. You know, he just doesn't, he seemed very poor. He told me he had money, but then he wouldn't show me it. I think he is very, you know, like a dwarf mercenary down on his luck. So he, like, waves you on. He's like, come with me. I took him to the jail. I felt bad for him. I thought we would give him a hot meal for the night and some place to lay down. Tomorrow we send him on his way, you know? Those dwarves so filled with pride, unable to unbend.
That sounds great. Let's go find him. So where is he now? Did you put him in a
So sorry, I just want to say this is our first time using draw pile, and I'm just looking at this. It says open up more canvas, Connor. I'm greedy. All right, sorry. Let's cut back to you.
No worries. So I just asked Derek to take us to the cell so that we can find Kaz.
Yeah. So he's leading you that way. I mean, you can see it's at the end of the walkway, and that it'll take several minutes to get there. And he's just like, ugh. Are you coming to the thing later tonight?
What thing would that be?
You know, the thing where all of us guards get together. You know, we do some dice gambling out at Harvard's.
Well, I can't make any promises, but we'll have to see how things go. Because
you know, I was just thinking maybe you want to lose some money, huh?
I don't have very much money to lose, unfortunately.
Well, you probably have more than this. What did you say his name was?
Our friend's name is Kaz.
Kaz, yes. Look, do you have place for Kaz to stay tonight?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I mean, it's good that he has close friends, you know, willing to look out for him when he is in bad trouble.
What kind of trouble is he in?
I mean, maybe trouble is the wrong word. Poverty can overcome anyone at any time.
So you put him in jail because he's poor?
Well, I wanted to make sure that he had a meal tonight and a place to stay. You know, sometimes people get very desperate when they are poor. They will sleep somewhere, they will do anything to make money, they don't know where the food is coming from.
How will they become less poor if they can't do jobs?
I mean, it's just to sleep for the night. I'm letting him go tomorrow. I mean, I was going to do the same to you. I thought that you were some sort of vagrant. But you are a friend of my friend, and my friend would never have poor friends. He's very good at, you know, that thing he does. You know, that thing!
Yes, the thing.
The thing!
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are at the jail, and, you know, the guy's explaining that, you know, Kazador has people with him to caretake him, that even though he might be out of money, like, he's got friends to stand for him. And so Kaz, one of the guards comes and is just like, you're free to go. Got your armor and weapon waiting for you outside. All of your stuff.
I silently walk past and grab my stuff and just get out.
All right, Runa and Rik-Jaxx are waiting for you on the outside.
Hey guys,
what the heck happened here?
I mean, apparently asking for a library is a bit too much in this draconic society.
Apparently walking.
You're saying
down
that
the
right
street.
outside of the police station, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Some of the guards that are at the outside just kind of look askance at you, just like, "Oh shit, you wanna throw down?"
Yeah.
No, so I'll turn to Derek and I say, Derek, my good friend, I appreciate you helping us out. We'll take Kaz and get him a good place to sleep tonight.
Okay, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Fantastic. So thank you and have a great night.
Okay, you as well, friend. You as well.
All right.
I'm gonna tell Kaz, hey, I found a buyer for our Zorn blood. If you can hand that over, I can go get it really quick. He's gonna be closing up shop pretty soon, so I want to get him in time.
Okay, I'll come with you.
All right.
All right, all three of us, we'll go that direction.
Okay, the three of you arrive outside the store, and as you go in, we do one of those camera cuts going through the door. There's like a beam of light that briefly laces over the camera, and we're back with Mortrick at dinner. Someone's pouring you a dessert.
Not even the worst part. This one time, Kaz played dead for like a week until we found a stick in a mountain, and it's all like, "Oh,
it was less than a day."
Thank you.
It was less than a day, just to be clear.
It
was like 7 hours.
But it's like when you catch a fish and it's like this big, and you're like, "No, it was this big, guys."
Yeah. Yeah, and just like, I mean, you ask him about it. Is it be like, no, guys, I was really trapped. I was in there for years and years. Whatever. He's a total pussy. I know exactly why you guys are pissed at him. I understand.
They are so excited to hear all of your stories, and they are already working on how to create rhyming couplets to add several new verses to the cowardice of Kazador the White.
And then,
Oh god, it'd probably be like something like Kazador the Yellow Belly or something like that.
Sounds appropriate.
So Sarazan comes in, the leader of the Dwarven caravans, and he's just like, well, let me tell you, I got a whole, a whole building set aside for all of you, and espresso, so we all be sleeping together. Figure out rooms yourself.
Sounds good.
Tomorrow morning you'll set off. Can I count on you to guard the caravan?
Like the whole group of us? Oh yeah, for sure.
Good.
I mean,
Excellent.
we've done it before, yeah.
That lets me save on, buying guards. All you'll need is a guide.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. Excellent. So, where are all your friends? I mean, I laid out this beautiful meal for all of you, and there's no one here.
Some of them are pretty antisocial. I mean, like, who wants to eat with Kaz anyway, right?
What's wrong with Kazador?
Oh, wait, did I walk back? Is he not here at the same place?
Kazador, Runa, and Rik-Jaxx are all gone.
No, I mean, like, is the guy I'm talking to not at the place with their...
He just arrived.
Oh, he just got there.
He doesn't know that Kazador is the evil Kazador Whiteknuckle.
Oh, Kazador, that's a story. You better ask him, or these fine people, really.
They're my family, so yes, they are very fine. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, no, and this food is delicious.
It's really not. It's just something simple my wife cooked up.
You try not eating for a week, anything is delicious.
Okay, that's true. All right. Okay.
But yeah, where's this place I can bed down? Because I am...
Oh, sure. Come with me. Well, if you are getting there before Espresso and your friends, you will be able to pick the best rooms. So
exactly.
So his enclave is literally like a walled off series of several buildings within the walls. And he leads you to the farthest one out back. It's 2 stories. It looks like it's, barely furnished and has several rooms on the first and second floor that you can pick from. There's like one room with a bed, and the rest all are just like cots and hammocks that you can set up. Okay,
yeah, I'm definitely going to take the room with the bed then.
Okay, it's like a 2-person, it's like a queen bed. The room is, the most spacious, very large. Just going to lock the door so no one else can get in.
I'm going to lay down and go to bed. I'm tired.
Thanks for that sub. It was very loud. I still haven't been able to figure out how to lower the sub volume.
What's the fun in that?
Well, I prefer not to blow all the viewers' ears out every time someone subs.
I didn't hear it.
It's the resub, right? Like, sub volume is good, but I'm not able to set the reset volume. It sucks. All right, so meanwhile, Rik-Jaxx, you and the rest of the crew enter.
We're back.
Cannot remember the name of this place for the life of me.
Hello, shopkeep. We hear you have something for the Zornblood.
Oh, well, yes. If you've got some premium quality Zornblood here, I would trade it for this bag of holding.
Hand it over, Cass.
How about you take a look at it? I show it to him.
He's just like, looks like it turned a little.
It's just fresh. It's pretty. We just killed him.
He like pulls out, almost like thieves' tools. Like one of those dentist circular things that they'll put on your tongue to like move it around, and then like a little pick, and begins pushing stuff on the inside of the bottle. And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, it's definitely started coagulating. Looks like it's at least a week and a half old.
Yeah,
I don't know what happens. I
there's
mean,
definitely some travel time in there.
Well,
A little
you know,
bit,
if
but-
this was fresh sworn blood, I'd be able to offer you more. But I suppose I could let you take this bag of holding in exchange for the whole container.
It's good to me.
yeah. I
Okay.
don't.
Good night.
Just gonna need you to sign this document here.
Okay, I'll
What's
read it
that
over
exactly?
real quick.
I mean, the document is just confirming that this is a trade that you wish to undertake of your own free will. No magic is involved by either party. You're, you know, selling the contents of one canteen in exchange for one bag of holding. No refunds, no returns.
Sounds good. I sign.
Okay. He hands you one bag of holding. So this bag of holding, it looks like a small messenger bag. It's essentially like a large purse.
Right.
It's like brown and canvas, and then the flat part has 3 chevrons of yellow, more like a gold-ish color, orange, and then red up the side of it. And when you open it up, it appears to open into a vast nothingness.
Can I start putting stuff of mine in there to see if it...
Yes. Okay, so just so you know, bags of holding are not like handy haversacks.
Right,
When you put something in, you remove them in the same order.
right. I'm just testing it out. I'm not like...
Yes.
shoving
Yep.
it.
You put stuff in and you pull it out, it works perfectly. But you know, like whatever you put in on the bottom is going to be on the bottom of that thing forever.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
He's like, no, thank you. It should be noted that this bag weighs 15 pounds, so it's pretty considerable despite
Okay.
its size.
I'll write that down.
So Rik-Jaxx going to look around. Any boots or anything that might be of interest?
He does have several sets of boots. Some of them seem magical, some of them are not.
So I just inquire about them.
He's like, what are you looking for? I have plenty of surplus. Or maybe you're looking for something that'll let you move quietly?
I was thinking, I do okay quietly. I was thinking something that makes me move with increased speed.
I don't have anything like that in stock, unfortunately. That
Okay.
kind of thing is selling very quickly to the military for raised prices. They don't bring that to me.
Understood. And then, so these boots that help move silently, though. Tell me more about those. How much are they?
Let me just ask real quick, what kind of budget are you working with?
My budget is tight. I'll be honest with you. I'm candid. I probably won't be able to afford it, but I want to know what I need to save for and invest in the future.
Ah, I understand. You are just window shopping. So he pulls off a set of boots that don't look anything like the other boots. So these are not military surplus. He says, it's so hard to sell these. They are such a specialist item, and you know, sometimes the military makes too many of these and they need to get rid of them. It appear to be boots that are made entirely out of leaves that have been turned into like slippers. But then they like turn up and they're almost like thigh-high boots. Made entirely out of just like leaves that have been forced into place magically. And he says, these are boots of elvenkind. For you, I think they would be very effective. They allow you to move silently across any surface by making no sound.
They're beautiful. So, yeah, well, how much do these usually go for?
Well, an item like this could run you anywhere between 500 and 5,000 gold pieces, depending on the seller.
So with you as the seller, what are we talking about? 500 or 5,000?
You know, you seem like you want them, but you can't afford them. So the price, I suspect, is one that I will not discuss with you. When you are capable, we can definitely come back and discuss it.
That's fair enough. So I'll keep an eye out on some that and possibly
I'll say this
items
to
you might-
help encourage you. You know, it would be unwise of me to settle on any price, especially without negotiation. But I am a surplus store, and I like to move product quickly, especially something that's been on the shelf for a while. I would suspect that I would sell these boots on the lower end, despite your obvious interest and need for them.
I think that's a very fair offer. I will surely come back to you as soon as I can afford them fairly.
Oh, so you will be a return customer. Very well.
That's the goal. Yep.
Well, where are you headed, traveler?
Our business is our own. Sorry to be rude, but we
No.
have some things to take care of.
Certainly.
I got that line from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, our business is our own.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you? So you can identify items of magic? Is that right?
I can identify alchemical items.
Okay.
Magical items, it would require a visit to the Mage's Hall.
I understand.
Or
Okay.
something similar. I could certainly perform that on your behalf for a small fee.
No, it's quite all right.
Are you
Thank
sure?
Yeah.
I could get a priority seating.
No, I think we have to be on the move soon. You know, I don't want to hold things up.
I
It's quite
understand.
all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, if you're looking for quality magic items or magical services, you can always come to the Army Surplus. We'll be sure to serve you. I know everyone. And he stops and like gives you a, you know, like a army salute real quick with his almost imperial uniform filled with fake medals that he clearly didn't earn.
Where do you find gold on the D&D Beyond sheet?
I would assume it would be under items, right?
Equipment.
Under
Yeah, it's under the equipment.
Yeah.
It's weird. I thought I put it in, but I don't see any of it.
Yeah, it's up like it's currency. Go to the equipment tab. Weight carry.
Inventory.
Right across from that is currency.
Oh, I see you.
Oh, that's hidden, but yeah, there it is.
Oh, it is hidden. I don't know why I didn't keep my gold in there. Oh, well. We thank you so much, and we'll take our leave.
Okay.
Yep.
You take your leave. When you return back to the, well, let me ask: are you returning back to the Enclave?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Enclave is where I left, right?
Yes. When you return, you find that the main bedroom has been locked, and Mortrick is nowhere to be found. Captain Leandro has grabbed a hammock and strung it up. So on the landing up to the second floor, he's hung himself from the landing to like hover in a hammock out in the open space there. So he's like 10 feet off the ground. He kind of acknowledges you when you come in, but you know, he just otherwise turns over in his hammock.
Is there any food around?
There's not. Very minimal furnishings, and there doesn't appear to be a kitchen in here.
So I want to take a tour of the room. Is this
So there are
pretty well-
several rooms on each floor, the first and second
Okay.
floor.
So
Are
is it
you
a
looking for
secure
anything in
place?
particular?
No, I'm just checking for security. Is it a secure place or non-secure?
You know, there doesn't seem to be any traps out. There's minimal locking capability. You are within a door of an enclave, right? So there's already a wall. Probably there might be some magic protecting the outer wall as well. But if someone got inside, they could easily get inside this house, right? There's no defenses here. There's no locks except on the inner doors.
So basically, if we went to sleep, we probably want to keep someone on guard, right? Because I don't want to just blindly sleep. Or is it safe enough that we can all just sleep for the night?
I mean, how
far as you know, it's
paranoid or safe do you feel? I mean, you're in the middle of a pretty, I wouldn't say it's a small city, but you know, it's the Empire.
I walk my life in paranoia.
Okay,
Ever
well,
since the
I mean,
static,
there
so-
was a very serious battle here, you know, a week and a half ago, and you do know that the gate guards are out, you know, walking the streets. You've encountered them several times. They're picking up all the homeless people in the streets. That's the Kazador.
Yes. Okay. So I guess it's rest time.
So you're not setting a watch then?
Well, I'm voicing my concern, but it doesn't seem like anyone else is too concerned, so.
Runa, Kazador, are you concerned?
I'm ready to sleep. It'll be all right. We're in a dwarven hold.
All right. So I'll find a corner and put my back to the wall and sleep against the wall.
Okay.
Are there any beds or anything left?
They have cots and hammocks that you can string up.
I'll take a hammock.
Okay. All right. You
Take
set
a
a
bed.
hammock up. All right. When you wake up in the morning, Mortrick comes out of what is clearly a very, I mean, I wouldn't say it was a very fine bedroom, but, you know, it had a mattress and pillows. Blankets.
Wow. You guys found the place. That's great.
A cover.
How'd it go for you last night? Where you guys been?
Well, I didn't really find that much on the Laotian people.
Oh man, Kaz, these guys hate you. Like,
Yeah, I'm not
seriously.
surprised.
I understand why you ran away. I mean,
I wouldn't say I ran away.
that's what they say. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They're gonna say what they're gonna say. But I wasn't gonna. I'm not gonna, bother them with my presence if I'm offensive. That's how.
That's probably a good plan.
Yeah, I think so.
So you guys ready to hit the road this morning?
Let's gear up and head back to Blingdenstone.
This place is draconian. Let's get out of here.
There's some place to take a bath.
Are you asking the party?
Yes, or anybody in the room, or Captain Espresso.
So
or
yeah,
any-
when you pull Captain Espresso into it, he rolls in his hammock and then ends up clinging to it like a cat upside down. So he was hanging 10 feet in the air, and now he's hanging 5 feet in the air, and then he like drops to the ground and he's like, still got it. Okay. Yeah, bathhouse is over this way. I'll take you over there. Well, I should note, girl, it's dwarves don't divide by gender. Maybe I'll let you go first. You that
Thanks.
building over there.
And I'll walk over to the building.
I'll give you 20 minutes. You go ahead. Then he turns to Kazador. He's like, I won't give her 20 minutes. I'll wait until she comes back. I feel like she could probably break me in half.
Probably a wise
Very-
choice.
Very quick shower, I guess.
There's no showering here. Dwarves
F.
don't believe in showering.
Wonderful. Of course they don't.
So it's all recessed heated pools. There's a line of runes around each of these stone pools, and the water is perfectly still until you get into it, and then it starts bubbling, but the temperature doesn't rise. It's just always the same kind of, 75 degrees warm.
A magical jacuzzi.
Well, it's not warm enough to be a jacuzzi. More like a magical warm spring.
Piss pot, yeah.
I don't think
I'm down with
75 is that hot. I mean, jacuzzis
No,
are
it's
like
not.
what, like 105?
Yeah, 75 is, for water temperature.
75 is like ocean temperature
Yeah, exactly.
in like
kind of
good parts of
Be
the world.
refreshing, yeah.
Yeah. It's not warm enough to be warm, but what is nowadays? Well, you take a soak. You definitely come out less dirty than when you went in.
Thank God. I'll dry off and then head back with all my stuff on.
As you exit, the captain's just like, all right, boys, let's get in there. Nothing to be shy about. There's not much privacy there. Come on now.
Yep.
He like grabs Mortrick by the back of the collar and starts dragging him. He's like, you need it more than anybody else.
But wait, I can do this, and I'll use prestidigitation.
You really want to give him a chance to take a bath? prestidigitation might clean off your clothes, boy, but it doesn't remove the smell from your armpits.
Does it not? And I'm gonna sniff my armpit.
Oh, it smells. Have you not bathed in like a week?
It's been a while.
Oh my god!
Literally only use prestidigitation.
You smell it. It smells horrible. You have not. Your personal hygiene level has dropped to 0.
I mean, I'll tell you guys, my nose doesn't work all that great, and so I just assume that, like, you know, if the
I mean, you know how it is. It's really hard to smell yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You've been living with that smell. Your clothes smell great, though.
I'm like, all right, well, yeah, we probably all need a bath then.
So I mean, he dunks you into one of these recessed baths, and then just like finds a thing of bath salts and just upends the whole thing into the water. It's like a waterfall of bath salts.
I mean, I think that's a little over the top, but
then he just like pulls out an essential oils container and just starts unloading it into the bath. He's just like, trust me, you need it.
It's more salt than water.
Smell amazing after that. Can I get like a massage too? I'm a little tight.
No. You can find a brothel if you need a massage, boy.
I didn't think that's what those did. I must misunderstand what a brothel is.
No, it's exactly what you think it is.
Oh, I didn't know they did massages too.
Where else would you get massages?
I mean, I've never had a massage before. I've just heard about them. I thought...
You know where you can get them?
Apparently at brothels. That is... Wow, I didn't realize they were such full-service establishments.
Well, as a longtime smuggler ship captain, I happen to know a lot about brothels.
That, I guess, you know, I've read a lot of stories. That makes sense. That makes sense. Hey, I used to have this guy, Hal, I would talk to. And
yes, I remember him.
Kind of looked up to him.
Yes,
some would say,
I met him. I physically met him several times.
As a father figure, and Hal's gone now. And so, you know, I might be looking for guidance, I guess, in life and in matters of, you know, if not necessarily the heart, then, you know, the groin. Like, I never got the speech from my father, and then Hal left before I could get the speech. And so, you know, I'm not saying we have to have this conversation now.
We are going to travel together for the next week, and you are going to make it very awkward if you finish this sentence.
I'm just saying, okay, let's put a pin in this.
If you're looking for someone to treat you like you're their son, you might want to talk to someone like Kazador.
You know, I'm not saying, you know, not necessarily that, like, you know, I don't need an allowance, but I'm just saying before it happens for me for the first time, I would like some, you know.
I'm sorry, let me stop you there. Guidance. What has not happened to you for the first time, boy?
I'm gonna grab a giant brush, like an oversized brush they have in the place, and just start scrubbing really hard until he's like dunked into the water.
Have you never done the deed before, boy?
I mean, assuming we're talking about the same deed, then
How old are you?
No, I have not. I am a robust 26 years old.
More like I am.
I'm a man.
So he turns to Kazador and he's like, "What's 26 human years in dwarf years?"
50. No.
How would you feel knowing that there is a 50-year-old man walking around in your, a 50-year-old boy walking around in your presence?
I mean, I'm not proud of him, but he's the bard we have.
Look,
not the bard we deserve.
I have to tell you, we don't have a lot of time before we have to get started, but there are several brothels that are open at this time of the morning. I feel like it's imperative that we travel there immediately.
I don't think I'm comfortable with that. No.
That's fine. Your comfort is definitely either the thing we don't care about or the thing that we do care about.
I'm really sure we got to get on the road because this is a time.
Yes, you do need to get on the road.
So, you know what, boys? Let's wrap it up and let's go. And I'm gonna hop out of the tub, grab my
Everything
clothes.
You're saying makes it unclear to me whether you do or don't support this.
Indeed, Mick, Mortrick, I think you do need to wrap it up.
Yeah, we need to get the job started. We got a caravan. We need to escort to the Blingden place.
Yes, I think the caravan that we need to support is getting you to the brothel.
Nope, I do not. I think we are talking about different caravans in this.
So he gets out of his tub and then gets into your tub. Hey, you know, it's not like there's a huge amount of space here, so you guys are standing pretty close face to face. And he's just like, look, boy, I'm the only human here, so I'm just gonna tell you straight up. You need to have this experience once before you die. And the road to Blingdenstone could be tough, and I'll tell you, I'm a father, you know, I feel like you need to just go ahead and do this, okay?
I'm just going to tell you, like, as many times as I've almost not died so far, I really feel like I'm going to live forever at this point. Like, nothing can kill me.
Really? You really believe that in your heart?
I mean, I have, like, almost died a lot recently, way more than I ever thought I would, and it hasn't like all the way killed me yet. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, maybe you're blessed by one of the gods. Jatao, probably.
Is that a good one or a bad one? I slept through most of
God of Trickery seems like you really match up with you.
Yeah, that makes more sense then. Okay, I can
although
see
he's known to be a bit more salacious.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty like, okay, all right. Like, I'm not completely unfamiliar. I've read some things.
You've read books on it, huh?
I've seen some, like,
seen some portraits, maybe
3-panel scrolls out there. All right, like, I think I know where everything is situated. Just, a little nervous about. You know what? Let's just forget I said anything.
Mortrick, I'm willing to let this lie, but let me tell you something. I'm sure you've, as a bard, read many stories about, bravery and adventure and killing.
Yeah.
Has your own experience been anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, I've murdered a dog.
Why did you murder a dog?
Because it was going to murder us. And
so remember, he's like face to face with you. He looks disgusted with you right now. Why would you murder a dog?
Because the dog was going to murder us.
Oh, well, okay. So you really when you sat down and imagined these stories while reading them, that is exactly how it has turned out for you right now throughout your life. Well, I mean, if so, then I guess you don't need to do the deed because you've already read about it and read some very fancy 3-panel scrolls.
Very, very fancy. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you lie, boy. I'll let you lie.
But I mean, like, if it ever does come up.
I mean, it could come up right now. We could just head to the brothel.
Nope, it's got to happen organically.
Somehow I don't think that's going to happen for you. So he gets out of the bathing area and throws you a towel. It's at that point that someone runs in and has a series of wanted posters. And on the wanted poster is no name, but is very definitely Rik-Jaxx, Kazador, and is listed as Kaz and Runa. And they are wanted for use of enchantment magic against Imperial officials. The punishment for their crime is death.
I'm going to put my towel over Kaz's face and be like, walk out like this. We need to get you into the wagon and out of town.
Yep, time to boogie. Let's go.
I think, I was going to make the step today. I was going to become a man, and you just ruined it for me, Kaz. So thanks for nothing, because now we got to leave town.
Don't worry, Mortrick. It'll take a lot longer for you to become a man.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
He pours a little bit more salt into the tub.
Oh my god! Oh, Jesus, it's like being at a Boy Scout camp meeting right now. So the plan here is to have everybody on the wanted posters hide in the wagon and get smuggled down into the underdepths. Is this I mean, you tell me. Like, so the three of you are all wanted for death for using enchantment magic.
I'm gonna go out and get Runa and be like, hey, Runa, we need to have kind of like a team meeting in the bathhouse.
Yeah. How far are we from the exit point, I suppose? Like, I don't understand. We gotta know the layout.
Okay, so there's not really an exit point insofar as 2-dimensional space, right? the way you're gonna be driving your wagons to this guy's warehouse and then going in his tunnels back down the same way you came.
Right. So how far are we from the
Not
warehouse?
that far. I mean, like several minutes.
Okay.
The wagons are here, though.
Yeah, the wagons are here. And
The wagons are here.
And
So only one of the wagons is loaded. The rest of the wagons have like some barrels for food, but mostly they're going down to bring stuff back. They're taking down several, like bag of holding contained levels of food, and they're going to be bringing back payment.
Okay. Yeah, and I was thinking Mortrick. I was planning on actually buying a cart full of food, and bringing it with us ourselves.
Oh, food would be great this time. Being hungry sucks.
Yes. Well, and hopefully,
Didn't we stock up on food last game?
Is it on your character sheet?
no, we didn't. We ate all our food. We haven't bought any food.
Yeah, we haven't gone shopping yet.
So
Could we buy some of the food that they're going to be shipping? Because
No. Okay, let me put it this way. You can, but the reason they're shipping it is because they're going to charge a hell of a lot more when they get there.
yeah, exactly. Which is what I was going to do.
Okay, so
we have an opportunity here, fellas. Let's bring our own cart, and we can manage that as well. Apparently, they desperately need food.
Can't be seen until we're out of town. Is Runa on one of the wanted posters? She is too, right?
Yes. All three of the people who visited the...
Okay. So to Captain Espresso,
I'm always lumped up with you guys.
I'm going to suggest, how is it that I'm not in trouble here? This is what happens, guys. You just got to learn to keep
Captain
your heads
Espresso's
down.
like, I don't even know when they had time to do this.
I don't either.
Apparently, neither did I.
Did you all encounter any guards, or are you being set up?
We did encounter a guard.
Did anyone use enchantment magic on them?
He was particularly difficult, but then ended up not. Now I know why. I look at Rik-Jaxx.
The captain looks at Rik-Jaxx.
Hey, I get things done. All right.
You've got us on wanted posters. What exactly did you get done?
So to Captain Espresso, I'm going to ask.
So the captain's just like, did you use Charm Person on him?
I did use Charm Person.
You know that at the end of a Charm Person spell, the person you casted it on knows that you casted it on them.
Yeah.
Well, then it's time we get out of here, then, isn't it?
He's just like...
We all just look at him dumbfounded.
Captain Espresso is just like, look, I like you guys, but I want you to know you've just made my job very difficult. I just got done being tried for smuggling, and now you want me to smuggle you out of the Empire.
Yeah. You need to smuggle them out of the Empire? Well,
This was in no way planned. We're very sorry for the inconvenience.
So I'm going to cast, right now, I'm going to cast Disguised Self and make myself look like a dwarf.
Okay, what kind of dwarf? I mean, is there anything in particular about you that's important?
No, I want it to be sort of generic, if anything. So I can be a foot taller than I am, so I should be able to be dwarf height. And,
Well, that's great for him, but what about the rest of us?
You're going to have to hide, aren't you?
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to be smaller.
Yeah.
So, but it's still Mick or Mortrick. Sorry, I want you. Sorry,
Mortrick.
I think we should bring our own cart of food. Worst case scenario, we can sell it down there, or we can give it away.
We don't have any.
We don't have any food. We need to get food to make this journey, because eventually we're going to have to come back on our own, and there's no food.
We do have a cart ourselves.
No, we don't. We don't have a cart anymore.
How are we supposed to get food when we can't be seen?
Mortrick can be seen.
Yeah, I'm fine. You guys
The captain says, look. I don't know about anything beyond wheat, but if you want a cart full of wheat and you're willing to pull it yourself, I can get it all for you for 17 gold pieces. We'll get you a cart filled with 200 pounds of wheat.
But we also need to buy our own rations, and we're out of rations.
Well, that I can't.
No, I have to interrupt. We bought rations because I've got 15 days worth of rations. So I know we covered rations. We may not, but I know we got rations.
I mean, you might have bought rations, but my point is always, if it's not on your character's inventory sheet, didn't have.
hold on, let me check.
But I thought as a group we got rations.
fucking shitballs. Oh,
Yeah, I think I have 10 because we're only allowed to carry 10. I think that's what it is or something.
I did not write shit. I have a word.
You can carry as much as you have weight to carry.
I didn't write mine down, so I didn't get any.
Yeah,
I think you are right though, Shep. We did buy.
Okay, so I say we take him up on the offer. We get this wagon with some wheat on it. I will procure some rations, general rations for the party. He gets you guys out of town, and I meet up with you wherever it's safe.
No, I think Mortrick, we might need you in case we get into any trouble. You'll be the only legitimate.
I have to pull your ass out of the fire literally every time something bad happens. I mean,
look, if you manage to do that, so tired, I will thank you for it, and maybe you'll be that much more a man when you do so.
So
we need to get you guys to the warehouse, right?
Yeah,
the warehouse has a ton of
them out of town, Captain.
So he says, "Look, let me hit you with one better. For another 8 gold pieces, I can get you a mule to pull that wagon. Cart, sorry. So 25 gold pieces. We'll be able to hide you all amongst the wheat with, a quick blanket throwdown.
Okay.
You'll just need to stay in the wheat, unmoving for a couple of city blocks. I'm sure you can do that without destroying my life or your life. I mean, I'll definitely be killed if I'm seen smuggling criminals.
I mean, I would not put a guarantee on anything, but...
So you're saying I shouldn't trust you? I
will tell you this. Whatever happens, it's going to be amazing. And none of us know how we'll get out of it, but we will. And you will just be astounded.
I have a question for you, Mick. What is going to happen to Mortrick when someone in this party dies? Like, is that going to fundamentally alter his worldview? He's just going to be like like a child whose dog has just died. You're just going to be like standing there with a stick poking Kazador, just like, get up.
I mean, like,
get up. Why is it Kazador getting up? He's supposed to get up.
Like, he's never suffered a day in it. Like, nothing ever like genuinely bad has happened. He has failed upward his entire life.
Oh,
I mean, if you can think of an image that just screams, white privilege, it's Mortrick.
Where are you from? Mid-Province Community College?
Yeah.
Community Bard College?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal. Who is funding 25 gold pieces for this mule-drawn wheat cart?
My vote is for Rik-Jaxx since he got us into this mess.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're going to make some profit. I'm definitely going to go into that venture with anyone who wants to join me. Because when we get there, we're going to sell it.
25 it's 25 for the cart and the grain. We need another 8 for the mule.
No, I thought it was 25 total. 17 was for the cart.
So it's 25 altogether.
Yeah.
And he's going out to purchase all of this, right? The captain is?
Yes. But, I mean, he's taking you with him, Mortrick, if you want to come.
Okay. Right. So, because I was thinking we need to give him some extra money to buy rations.
As he said, you're going to have to buy the rations yourself.
Okay. So, yeah.
So I've got 9 gold on me.
Yeah.
Well, 9 gold is not 25.
How much are you going to kick in, Kaz?
Well, I mean, I have to split it 3 ways, or I'm happy to pay the remainder, and then whatever I can sell it the wheat for down there is we'll split it with you, Rik-Jaxx.
Well, because whatever you don't cover, Kaz, I'll cover the rest.
I mean, that's
whatever you want to go in for.
Yeah, so I can do the remainder. So I'll do 16.
Well,
I think the people of Blingstone need food.
Okay. So why don't you just do 9 and I'll do...
that would make you... That would be 3?
Right, because that'd be 18.
No, so
it'd be 7 to me? Yeah.
7, yeah. Well, that makes for weird math, but okay.
All right, so 9, 9, 17.
Okay.
Or whatever.
9, 9, 7.
9, 9, 7.
Yeah.
Okay. You travel to... it's 3 stores who strangely all of them are it's like a triangle, right? Like a equilateral triangle, and all of their storefronts open to the middle of that area, but to get there you have to go through the stores from like weird angles. But when you arrive, the three stores are known as the Cali's Triangle. All three of the store proprietors here are former legendary Imperial adventurers and heroes. And the proprietor of the general store, Klima, is just this kind of haggard, worn... it's clear that at some point he used to definitely be like some sort of large buff fighter guy, but now he's got like a bit of a gut. His clothes are a little bit too tight. He's got like a port wine birthmark on his face. He just slaps you on the shoulder. Mortrick is like, your friend here tells me that you need rations.
Yes, I just figured out on my last adventure that food is good.
Food is good. Well, let me tell you something. Are you one of these new hero types going out, solving problems, killing monsters, that kind of deal?
I mean, that pretty much describes...
Well, let me tell you. I have several items that might be of use to you. Do you have a rope?
Do I have a rope?
Is this you like pulling your backpack out, looking through it?
Yeah, I'm like going
What kind of hero doesn't have a rope? What about a pole? A spear makes a very good pole, and also, in a pinch, if kobolds are coming after you, you can throw it at them. A whistle.
Have a javelin.
Spikes.
I think one of my underlings has spikes. I know one of my underlings has rope.
What about a water skin?
That also sounds like a great idea. I will definitely take one of those.
What about bags? You know, everybody always talks about bags of holding, but bags of holding get full. You know what you could put in bags? More bags. You know what you can put in all those bags? Loot.
I need some bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
I bet you need some bags. Well, don't worry, son. I've got bags here for you. I got backpacks. I got bags. I got lamps. I got manacles. I got oil, paper. I mean, you need paper. And also, I have some rations for you.
Rations for sure.
And soap. You seem like a man who could use some soap.
So, what kind of adventurer uses soap?
An adventurer who doesn't want to die of disease.
And I pull out a pristine bar of soap from my bag and say, this, I don't even need it. And throw it on the ground. I'm removing it from my inventory.
He looks at it and says, you seem like the kind of person who really needs that soap. Could you please put that back in your...
I'll take the soap back.
All right. So what can I sell you on? How about some nice sacks, okay? They weigh half a pound, and you could put plenty of stuff in them. You know.
Let's start with the
hearts,
rations.
eyes, gold.
Let's start with the rations. How many rations? What do rations go for in this bird?
Well, you know, recently the price of rations have been going up, but since I like you, I can sell you them for 5 silver pieces apiece.
That sounds fantastic. How long do the rations last?
Well, my rations will last you up to 3 months.
3 months?
Yep.
For 5 silver apiece?
Oh no, I mean like 3 months before they go bad. If you eat one of these, they'll last you for a day's worth.
Right. No, like 3 months before they go bad.
Yeah. The lapis bread.
You want lambus bread? Go talk to the link maker over there. That's Kali's kind of business.
All right, so 5 silver apiece, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna buy 30 rations.
Okay, hungry boy. All right.
Yeah. So so 150 there. Okay, and then you know what? I think you have a point. I think I could go for some rope. So why don't you sign me up for one of those too?
What do you need just stupid bloody rope for?
So he puts out 2 pieces of rope. He says, this is hempen rope. It's good rope. And then he puts out some silk rope, and he's like, this is silk rope. It's lighter. It'll do you much better. It's about half the weight. feels better. If you need to do any of that weird kinky stuff with succubuses, this is their preferred tool.
That makes me incredibly uncomfortable. I'll go with the hempen rope.
Okay, well, that's 1 gold piece.
All right. And now, let's
what about
talk.
a portable door ram?
I have.
You know, people say that they don't need them right up until they need them. Have you ever had some sort of, you know, raging dwarf barbarian have to knock down all the doors in the way, take like 5, 6, 7 minutes hitting it over and over again with a battle axe? It's not great. You get yourself a door breaker here, bloop, you pop the door open real easy.
How much is the door breaker?
Oh, door breaker. Portable ram's only 4 gold pieces. Now, it is 35 pounds.
Don't worry, I have underlings and a cart. How much was that for that door breaker?
4 gold pieces.
All right.
I fucking knew this was gonna happen.
Now let's talk bags.
Would you like backpacks, sacks, bags?
You know what? You better give me 3 of each.
Okay. All right. So 3 backpacks is 6 gold pieces. 3 sacks is 3 copper pieces. So basically nothing. I don't know if they actually have bags. They have barrels for 2 gold pieces apiece.
Oh, give me a barrel for sure. I'm gonna take 3 barrels too.
All right.
Is there going to be room? Okay.
I mean, there's no room in this cart, right? The cart is already fully loaded with wheat. And then you're going to put 3 people in. The cart is going to be totally strained. But it's only a couple blocks. It probably won't bust open. All right, so a barrel can hold 40 gallons of liquid. A backpack can hold 30 pounds of gear.
Okay.
A sack can hold 30 pounds of gear as well.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you think I as an aspiring adventurer need?
He looks at you and says, "Do you have a climber's kit?"
Do I? I don't think I do. Do I need one?
You returned the climber's kit that you got all the way back in Apple Valley.
Right. Yeah, we did, didn't we? I thought we.
What about torches?
I have an underling for that, but
Okay.
I think that underling is out of torches. Better get some more.
What about a healer's kit?
Did he just call Runa an underling?
Oh, he's been calling all of you underlings the whole time.
They have me for that. We don't need a healer's kit.
Are you sure? I mean, a healer's kit, you know, you can use it 10 times. It stabilizes people without any need for magic or, you know, fumbling around with tools. It just happens. You know, you just pull out something, you slap it on somebody else, and they get better instantly.
I just happen. I don't need a healer's kit.
Let's recall all the times people have gotten to 2 death saving throws.
He doesn't know that.
Yes, but I know that. I'm not telling you.
All right, is a good thing to have. Yeah.
You seem like you've got most of what you need, but let me sell you on the last 3 things.
Okay, let me hear it.
Hourglass. He puts a really nice brass hourglass down and says, "You never know how long your watch is until you really time it."
Yes, hourglass, certainly.
25 gold pieces.
Okay.
Then he sets down a bear trap and says, "Hunting traps. Your adventuring friends, your minions, probably think that they know how to set up a camp, right? But what if you set out these traps? You're attacked by wolves in the night. Boom! Now you have breakfast."
You would not believe how many bears we have encountered while we've been out. It's insane. How much for that bear trap?
5 gold pieces apiece. I have 6 of them behind the counter.
I better take 2.
Okay. And let me tell you about this spyglass. Now look, it seems pretty expensive. It's 1,000 gold pieces, but for you, I'm willing to go down to 950.
950 gold pieces?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put that one on layaway. I don't have that.
All
on me
right,
yet.
all right. Well, let me just say, no real adventurer would ever go without one of these. I mean,
I really
every
do.
one of my hero friends all has one.
Can I just put like a down payment on that and come back for it later? I can give you 10 gold pieces to put it on reserve for me.
You know, why don't you give me 1 gold piece and I'll give you this signal whistle.
Okay, that sounds like it'd work too.
Okay. So he gives you a whistle that you can blow when you're being attacked if you want to alert people.
The first musical instrument that Mick will break out.
He uses it like one of those, what were they called from the FIFA? Vuvuzelas?
What?
You don't know about these things? The Vuvuzelas?
No.
From the soccer games like 8 years ago?
No. What?
Are those the plastic horns?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know the sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you, Mick.
All right, I've got one more item I need.
What do you need?
I need a pickaxe because there have been some times where we really needed to dig a hole or chip a stone out, and we have been unable to for lack of tools.
All right, let me sell you on this. You ready?
Hit me with it.
Pickaxe and sledgehammer.
That you can get those as the same thing, or like are they two separate?
Two separate things. You set the pick, you slam the sledgehammer into it, goes real deep.
Yeah, no, it's definitely sad. You can't have
4
one
gold
without the
pieces.
other. Four gold pieces. Okay, I'm doing it.
All right, I want to point out you're walking out of here with hundreds of pounds of extra equipment. Where are you putting all of it?
Do we have the wagon here already?
Don't you have 3 barrels? That's 210 pounds by itself.
Where's the wagon at?
The wagon is being loaded full of wheat outside.
Wait, and how much was the pickaxe and hammer together? 4?
4.
Yeah.
4. Okay. Okay.
I hope you've written all this down.
I have. I've got my list right here.
Mortrick isn't a wizard, he's a bard.
Okay, so I'm gonna start pulling stuff outside, just out front, and I'm gonna say to Captain Espresso, okay, I need to put all this in the wagon.
So Captain Espresso's just like, the wagon is going to be full in several minutes. It seems like you need and second off, it's a cart, not a wagon. It seems like you need a second cart just to carry all of that stuff there.
Yeah, do you have a cart I could borrow?
I could get a second cart right here.
Do they have carts here too? I better get a cart.
It's a general store. It will cost you 23 gold pieces to get another cart and another mule.
Okay, so I'm gonna sidle up to Captain Espresso as close as I can get, whisper to him very softly, I'm gonna need more money from the guys.
Well, then you should leave your stuff here and go talk to them.
Wait.
You know what you haven't bought yet is feed for these mules.
But I have rations.
Well, I
Can't
guess
they
you could feed them
graze?
human food.
They can graze, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the Underdark. Can they graze?
I do not need any money from the guys. I have 2 copper pieces left.
So you don't have any feed for the animals, but you do manage to buy a cart and a second mule.
No, I can't afford the cart and the second mule.
Oh. Well, then you do need to talk to the guys.
So I do need to talk
Either
to the
that
guys.
or you're going to be rolling 3 barrels loaded with backpacks and pickaxes down the way.
I'm like, well, what can we fit into the cart?
Nothing. You literally... he looks
even my
so
bag?
exasperated. He's like, Kazador wanted a cart loaded with food. The cart is being loaded with food right now. You like watch people come up with like bundles of wrapped wheat and then they toss it into the bag. And he's like, that is the wheat that Kazador wanted bought.
Can I just like throw the bags on top when all the food's in?
No, that will damage the wheat. And also the cart can only carry so much weight.
How much do the rations weigh?
I think each ration is like a half pound.
Okay, so that's 15 pounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Ration is 2 pounds a piece, actually.
2 pounds a piece?
Yes. So it sounds like it's more like 60
30.
pounds.
That's 60 pounds. Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of heavy.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the whistle, the pickaxe, and as many rations as I can carry.
And do what with them?
That's what I'm gonna carry back to the group.
Okay. All right. You return to the group without Captain Leandro or the cart or the mule.
Well, I'm gonna wait for them to. Yeah, like I'm gonna wait for Captain Leandro and the wagon to be ready, and then I'm gonna walk back with.
So you're gonna leave all of your goods out in the middle of a warehouse area.
Well, I can't take it with me, Captain. I mean, you got to know when to cut your losses. Easy
like,
come, easy go.
Turn it.
It's just like, are you selling them back to the, or are you just leaving them here?
Is that an option?
I don't think so. You'll get, pennies on the dollar for it back.
I mean, I was just gonna leave.
Doesn't
it here.
Kazador have more money or something? He seems like a kind of guy who's got money.
Maybe. Do you think I should wait here with the stuff and you could like?
Why don't you go back now
you
before
stay here with the stuff?
Yes.
I'll go back. Okay. I guess that's a plan. All right, I'm gonna go back to the guys.
Kazador.
Go back to Kazador. I'm like, Kazador,
What did you do, Mortrick?
we were.
Mortrick comes back.
I don't know how it happened.
He's holding a backpack that's been stuffed full of rations. And there's 2 more backpacks stacked on top of it that are empty. And inside one of the backpacks is a bunch of sacks.
You would not believe the prices in this town. I need how much more? 23 more?
Yes.
I need 23 gold pieces to finish outfitting the group. Here's your pickaxe. I know you wanted one. I saw you eyeballing them real hard last time we were in town.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. So anyway, that pickaxe.
Make sure to write down you have a miner's pick on your...
Yes. What do I owe you for that, Mortrick?
23 gold pieces.
Oh my God. This is fucking method.
I'm not buying a pickaxe for 24 gold pieces, 23 gold pieces.
Well,
you can have the pickaxe back. I didn't actually technically ask you to buy a pickaxe.
Hey, Rik-Jaxx and Runa, can we all pitch in for Kaz's pickaxe here? Because there's some more stuff at the store that I need to pick up.
I gave you all my gold. You were supposed
I look over at him, just no.
This is a good time to remind everybody that Runa has a shit ton of money hidden away.
So listen, back
how
at the
is this
store,
pickaxe? A pickaxe at worst, it's 2 gold.
what just let me lay it out for you, okay?
No, I don't really want to know. What did you buy?
How many of these rations can I carry? How much can you carry?
I can carry as much as I can in the bag of holding for the rations for all of us. I don't know how many I can fit in there, but I can just fill the whole thing with rations.
Well, like,
Why don't you give the bag to Mortrick and he can put all the stuff in that?
We gave all the gold to Mortrick, and look how that turned out.
Yeah,
but
I think I'll hold on to the bag.
Guys, I got a lot of stuff. I got there's more rations. We have a ram. We have torches. We have an hourglass. We have fucking bear traps for all those bears. You cannot tell me this group is not in dire need of some bear traps. Every place we have gone, there have been motherfucking bears. Some zombie bears.
He's got a point, guys.
Regular bears. Just bears and bears all over the place.
He's got a point, guys. I mean, we have encountered some bears.
I just need a little more gold.
We've encountered 1 zombie bear, right?
Then we'll have everything we need.
What was the price of the rations that you bought?
All together,
5 silver pieces a piece.
It was 15 gold altogether for the rations.
And when we get to Blindstone, guys, when we get to Blindstone, we can sell the wheat if we want, and we're going to be able to sell it at a profit.
And how many times have we been poor and then still found money? Like, money comes, money goes. Like,
I'm agreeing with that.
You know, we don't need to attach undue importance to material items or the money with which they are bought.
Wow, that is the most white privilege thing I've ever heard right there. That sounds like someone who doesn't have money.
I'll put 15 gold pieces on the table, and I'll be like, I'll hold all the rations if that.
Sorry, what I meant was that sounds like someone who's never not had money.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, that's great. Kaz, I need 8 gold pieces for that pickaxe.
Am I getting just a pickaxe for this? Because I need a little. I mean,
no.
You got a sledgehammer too? Because those are very useful too.
It comes with a sledgehammer. And
comes with a sledgehammer.
I'm going to pull the whistle out of my pocket. I'll even let you take a turn.
How about a door.
Like a ram?
Yeah, door ram.
Yeah,
I've heard those are pretty useful.
Those too. Like,
I'm getting that as well with my 8 gold pieces.
We are going to be kitted out.
All right. I mean, that's fine.
Wait, 2 silver pieces per ration?
5 silver pieces per ration.
5 silver per ration. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Rations are extremely expensive compared to normal food.
You know, and I did my best to negotiate this guy down, but
Did you even try and persuade him down in the cost?
I'll put all the rations in my bag of holding.
All right. So thank you, Kaz. Thank you, Runa. I'm going to go pick up the rest of our stuff, and I'll be right back with the captain, the wagon, and we'll be ready to get out of town before you guys get arrested and murdered.
So the cart can only carry 200 pounds. The 3 barrels by themselves are almost enough to break the cart's weight. But you keep piling stuff in there. It seems like it's going to be rough. I mean, it's a fresh new cart. The paint is still, the red on the side is still kind of a little tacky. But it seems like it'll hold together for a while before it shatters under the immense weight of all of the gear that you're throwing on there. You're definitely not going to be able to have someone be able to ride in this particular cart, though.
Okay, so I'm going to get everything back to the group and be like, you're welcome. And look, there's a barrel for each of you to hide in until we get out of town. No thank you. No thank yous at all.
I mean, are you sure that cart can take our weight? I mean, especially, I weigh...
When you say that, one of the mule that draws it turns to look at you and flicks its tail.
Fun fact, those barrels can also be used as defensive items. I've seen dwarves fight out of barrels before. It's pretty impressive stuff.
I've seen halflings and dwarves travel down a river and battle in the barrels.
It's amazing. You wouldn't believe it.
Dwarves can do beautiful things. Beautiful things.
They're multi-purpose.
I didn't realize barrels had weight limits. I mean, wagons, carts, whatever this is. I didn't realize they had weight limits.
What?
He didn't take that class in school.
He's never been in an elevator before, apparently.
No logistics class.
So I guess we could just, figure out what we can take and then leave the rest behind, maybe? I don't know.
I don't think we need the barrels because...
It's 1 barrel. How much could it cost? $10?
I don't think we need the barrels because we can hide in the wheat. That's what Captain Espresso's plan was.
What is it? It's a banana. What can it cost? $10?
$10. I guess. Okay, let's leave the barrels. How does the mule react when we take the barrels out of the cart?
I mean, it's not like the mule is currently pulling the cart, right? So it just kind of looks at you and flicks its tail again.
I think he likes me. Okay, so let's scrap the barrels. Runa has all the rations.
I'll take the med kit too.
Yeah, let's give Runa the med kit.
Yeah, that might be good for me. I'll put it in my inventory.
Okay.
Med kit.
Well, it's a healer's kit, just to get
healer's kit. All right.
The name correct.
Yeah.
Healer's kit.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Do you prefer that we keep track of inventory in Beyond or on Roll20?
Beyond, yes. Because if I ask to see your character sheet to look at your inventory and I don't see it in there, I'm going to be like, that's not an item you have.
Okay, so I'll put it all in here.
Yeah, you can put it in. It's DnD. D&D Beyond.
All right, so are we ready to get out of town, guys?
Let's do it.
Get out
So,
of here.
what is the final plan here?
I'm gonna be in the cart with espresso with all the wheat.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
And then, so it's just really Runa and myself in the wheat.
And then Rik-Jaxx is walking out of town by looking like a dwarf.
Yep.
Okay. So, as
I
you
might
Assassin's
point
Creed...
out-
Jax.
I might point out before he does that some of the guards may be able to see through to the skies.
Yeah.
Just saying, might be better for you to be in the cart. Because if
I'm
they
gonna
find
say-
out you're being deceiving them, then you're gonna definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse. Yeah, I'm gonna say to Rik-Jaxx, like, listen, I bought 3 of these barrels. I'm pretty hurt the other 2 guys aren't gonna get the barrels. But listen, you were like perfectly barrel sized, and it's an excuse we can use to keep that barrel. So let's load 1 barrel up into the cart. We load 1 Rik-Jaxx into the barrel. We don't have to worry about burning spell slots. You know, what are the odds? Oh shit, they might check the barrel. We're gonna have to put something on top. Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, we'll cover you with some grain inside the barrel. If they stab you to try and tell if you're in there, just try to keep silent. And then
You don't take the blood on the sword?
I promise I'll cast heal wounds when we're safely out of town. Try not to bleed or scream. You'll be fine.
What?
All right. I think I'll hide under the wheat with it.
Everything he's saying is horrible.
And okay, we'll leave the other 3 barrels. All right, so we're ready to roll. You guys are hiding with espresso in the food wagon.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Now, these are pretty sizable barrels. Apparently, a 40-gallon barrel is pretty large. All right. As you all head towards the outside of town, we fade to black as we go to our break.
Yeah.
We'll be back in about 8 to 10 minutes for the second half. Stick around. I haven't seen any of this artwork yet, although I did briefly get a look at that inventory list. Now I see that there's a message that says, how do I rotate? Who is this gentleman in the middle that got colored? Is that supposed to be Sarazan, or is that supposed to be Callum, the
The
merchant?
warehouse salesman.
Yeah.
Just
Yep,
got
that seems
tortured.
accurate. Sure. I mean, he is holding a giant bag of your money, so 100% accurate.
How many total rations do we have?
I bought 30.
30.
I've got 10.
Right?
And I had 1. Well, I just put the ones that he bought, so I'll just